Let's play a little game of word association. For our friends back in the United States, here's a little reminder of how the game is played.
Colored, redneck, jungle bunny, kangaroo.
If I said word, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? Okay. Thailand. Retirement. Same prompt, different answer. Retirement. Dig deeper. Retirement. Although I'm not in hearing distance, I'm going to go ahead and wager a guess that none of you answered with the word Renaissance, or creativity, or maybe even growth. And the question I want you to ponder today is, why not? Why does the idea of retirement always bring up images of umbrellas and pina coladas, the endless game of golf on a lush green, or the stereotypical old fart in a rocking chair on a porch? Don't get me wrong, I love the idea of relaxing with my wife and dog, sitting at a quiet beachside restaurant, leisurely eating brunch, basking in the sun to the background sound of the coral blue ocean waves gently peppering the shore. But might we also consider retirement as a renaissance? A time of cultural, intellectual, or even physical awakening? Now, I'm not suggesting that you all run out there and try to become the next Leonardo da Vinci or Michelangelo, but what about the next version of you? Case in point, when I retired last year, I had no idea that I would sign up for a 200-hour yoga teacher certification course, and yet that's what I did. Monday through Saturday, up at 5:15 in order to be on the mat for a 2-hour 7 a.m. class each morning in order to receive my daily physical ass kicking. In the studio, I was surrounded mostly by young adults, and there I was, 58-year-old gray-haired man looking somewhat out of place. I can only guess what my classmates might have been thinking those first couple of days, wondering if the old man over to the side was still going to be there in a few days. Long story short, I survived. No, scratch that. I excelled. I was right there alongside my classmates every step of the way, doing the best I could each and every day. But what I gained had so much more to do than physical well-being. And this was the unexpected renaissance for me. For 58 years, I've been eating pretty much whatever I wanted, and thought I was none the worse for it. A smarter man would have taken a much closer look at his diet when, at age 40, he was diagnosed with stage 3 colon cancer. But not even that got me to take a second look at the food I was putting in my body. Stupid. Over the last 4 weeks at the studio, we were served a healthy diet of mostly fruits and vegetables, twice a day. And my body really felt the difference. My digestive system has never operated better than it is now. Without even trying, I cut down my coffee intake, which used to be 3 or 4 large cups a day, down to 2 or 3, and my 1 beer or glass of wine habit per night cut down to 2 or 3 per week. Along the way, I put on a bit of muscle, lost 2 inches on my waist, and quite a bit of fat around the midline. In summary, I can't recall a time when I was more fit than I am now at 58. But what I really hope to do here today is to help you, to inspire you. I'm going to go ahead and make the assumption that as you ponder retirement, you're hoping to live past what is predicted, which, by the way, according to the CDC, is 79 for women and 73 for men, if you live in the United States. The hard truth is, the best way to improve your odds is by treating your body like what it is, a machine. Or, as the humorist Arnold Glazo succinctly put it, Your body is the baggage you must carry through life. The more excess baggage, the shorter the trip. So today, I'm making the case for yoga. I used to think that yoga was just a bunch of people sitting around in a studio, sticking their legs or butts up in the air, all while wearing the latest fashion in Lycra. Skinny people, twisting their bodies into pretzel-like shapes because they had been born with a prerequisite joint mobility. I couldn't have been more wrong. Sure, you can do just that. And if you stick with it, after enough time, you're sure to improve your physical health. But what I now deeply understand after immersing myself into a 200-hour training program is that yoga is so much more than that. If you're doing yoga simply for the asana or physical practice, then you're only getting half your money's worth. If you have never done meditation and think it's a load of horseshit, then welcome to the club. That's what I used to think. And I don't currently sit in meditation for hours a day, nor are you likely to see me in the early morning dawn, barefoot, walking on the streets of Koh Samui, wrapped in an orange cloth, exchanging tidings for offerings. That being said, I'm 100% sure that the practice has helped me to reduce stress in my life. The training also affected my classmates in some very profound ways.
I'm Jackie, and I couldn't imagine doing this with a better group of people. My family are here, and this is the first time I've taken any time for myself in 10 years, more than 10 years, and actually being here on my own has been a blessing, and giving space for myself. It's the first time in over a decade that my central nervous system has had a time to actually settle and calm. But beyond that, the connections that I've made and the people that I've met have made this experience far more than a yoga experience for me. Being here is every emotion all at once, all of the feels all at once, and being able to share that and hold other people in that, but also be held by people that get it, is phenomenal, and an experience that can't really be put into words. It can really only be felt.
What are you going to miss about it when it's over?
I am going to miss getting up and doing yoga with my best friends every day, and having a big group of people and sharing that energy and sharing that space, and the beautiful faces and the smiles and the deep connections. It's not just people that you're sharing a room with every day, it's the connection beyond that I'm really going to miss that.
I'm Shayna. Throughout this YTT, there has been many moments to be vulnerable in such a safe space. And for me, having the permission to share authenticity, share vulnerability, really just encourages me to do this more off the mat and into real life. Also, I think it also gives other people the permission to be authentic and vulnerable and heal that way.
How much weight did you drop since you got here?
I have no idea how much weight I've dropped since I got here. I've not even weighed myself, but I'm guessing probably about 5-6 kilo.
How many people have observed the fact that you've lost so much weight?
A few people.
Right?
I think it's good. I think it's good food and exercise every day. The yoga's been brilliant. The heat obviously helps as well. When you're sweating this much every single day, it's you're obviously going to lose some calories, lose some weight. So yeah, it's good.
When you came in, we all had to write a piece of paper about what our intentions were of being here. Do you feel like you met your intention?
So my intention was I want to be able to define what makes me happy, and I feel like I have. I feel like being out here and just in Thailand in general has made me really realise that the work and the career that I've kind of chosen for myself, even though it's lucrative and I'm doing well in it, it's not making me happy. And I feel like all the materialistic things, such as the cars, the houses and stuff, I just feel like there's more to life than that now. So I'm going to be staying in Asia and doing some surfing.
What will this practice now moving forward mean to you and your life, you think?
Well, it could be massively life-changing, couldn't it? I think it might alter where I live in future. It might alter what career I decide to take or what job I decide to pursue. Yeah, I feel like I've definitely come out of it a different person to that I came in. I feel like I came in with the kind of view that yoga was just for older people and females to do stretching, and obviously that was completely deluded and the wrong view, as I found out. Obviously, the majority of the teachers here are male, and they're all extremely impressive, and I think that's something that's really stood out for me. Yeah.
So if someone's out there thinking, maybe that might be for them,
yeah, I think
what advice would you
I
have?
couldn't have asked for anything more from this trip than what's been provided. So yeah, I'm really happy.
If let's say there's someone out there who has zero interest in becoming a yoga teacher, might it still be beneficial for them?
Well, I've had zero interest in becoming a yoga teacher, to be honest. Obviously, my career is completely different. So yeah, I suppose the answer to the question is yes. I do think it's worthwhile, because it's been so worthwhile for me, and I'm not doing it to pursue teaching. I'm doing it just to advance my own practice, and I feel like that's massively happened as well. Coming out of this, I've got such more understanding and appreciation of them two aspects. Your breath work, which is obviously really important, and then your shavasana, your relaxation at the end of a class, parasympathetic nervous system. Both of them, I feel, have advanced more than anything else physical. I just feel like at the end of a class, you go into that state of like relaxation, meditation. I think the first couple of days I was here, I did my first ever meditation, and it was just like life-changing for me. I just kind of like, yeah, I don't know what kind of came over me or what comes over me when it happens. I can't quantify the emotion behind it, but it's brilliant. It's amazing.
Hey, I'm Anna. When I practice at home, I only practice by myself. I've been doing that for the last 3 years, so coming here and being in the room with almost 40 other people, everyone sharing the same energy, just having that vibe has been incredible. That's like one of my favorite things here, that everyone was breathing together, everyone was like holding 100 count planks together. That's been an incredible experience. I don't know about emotional breakthroughs, but I definitely know about emotional breakdowns. I've had a few of those in the last few weeks. Just being completely raw, incredibly vulnerable. And the way that I think I went through that and like got out the other side, maybe feeling better, was that every time just giving me hugs and holding space for me, and like really like seeing who I am as a person and being okay with that. And that's been like so lovely, like that people have the emotional capacity to hold space for you.
Hello, I'm Monica, and why I came for a yoga teacher training, I just wanted to have the experience, and it was perfect, and I had some deep self-realizations about that it's not just like me, my body, my growth, but there is way more beyond. And this experience was really like deep into my heart, that it's something what you can't explain, but you have to feel it.
What was it that brought up that moment?
That moment, it was during yoga nidra, when we should have made some intention. And first I had just this like thinking from my head about like self-love and this kind of stuff, but then I just stopped to use my brain and start to really feel all the body and feel through my heart. And there just was this amazing like question what I didn't even like feel through my mind, but just like feel it through my heart, and it was what my soul wants. And it was really special, and I think I can't really explain it. And it was the moment when I was really grateful and started to cry. And it's different when you read stuff, listen, hear it or something, and when you really feel it. So I think it's something like hard to explain. And that was like the biggest moment for me.
Hello, I'm Jared. I've just completed my YTT training at Vicasa.
What are you going to miss, Jared?
What am I going to miss? The connections. I've had a pretty rough year this year where I've been quite alone, so coming into an environment where there's people to socialize with every day has been amazing for me. I didn't think that I'd be able to teach a lesson as well as I did.
60-minute lesson.
Yeah.
What did that feel like when it was completed?
I felt very accomplished. I really enjoyed my sequence because I was really proud in how I transitioned every posture. So I was really proud of my the flow that I created.
So what's next for you?
Good question. I think what's next is maybe start slow, take on all the information they've given us today in the Q&A and probably read up on it a bit more, go over on my notes, maybe start teaching just like free classes or something in a park just till I get my confidence up and so I can be confident in teaching a proper yoga class before I start to get paid for it.
What city will you be in?
I live in Brisbane, so I'll be in Brisbane for the moment. I'm hoping that maybe yoga can take me around the world. So,
do you want to share your Instagram tag so people can find your class?
Yeah, it's just Jared, Jarryd, with 4 4s, so 4444.
At the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jared 4444.
Yeah, Jared 4444.
All right. See you in the park.
Yeah, thanks.
So I'm Ellie, and personally when I entered the Shala, I had this overwhelming feeling of imposter syndrome and self-doubt when I got there, meeting all the amazing people that were on this journey with me from, such a diverse group that were just so great at yoga. I just felt, why am I here? What am I doing? What can I teach and what can I give? So I sort of retreated back into myself for a few days and slowly I opened myself up to all the activities, group dynamics, everything that the Casa offers. And slowly I felt my voice coming up. I've always had problems with my throat chakra and things. So slowly I was starting to open up more and more. And then teaching, we had those lessons and I was like, oh, how am I going to hold space for people, use my voice and, guide people through yoga? And I just started by doing a Surya Namaskar, just a few minutes with one person that I trusted, slowly built upon that, then going for a 10-minute sequence. And then finally I taught a class with 3 people and I couldn't be prouder. Trusting my voice and trusting myself, the resilience to go through that journey. And I had some great advice from somebody who said, when teaching a yoga class, it's about the energy you provide for other people. So worrying about yourself and your own insecurities, it doesn't serve everybody else. You're providing a safe space. You're responsible for how everybody feels in that class and everything you're doing. So even now, being able to use my voice to talk in this video, I'm just so amazed at how far that I've come.
You work your ass off to even get to retirement, raise a family, put some kids through school, sat in long meetings, hearing them spout the same crap year after year, just changing up the words ever so slightly. Suffering co-workers, more driven by fear and ego than the desire to create something. Don't you want to live a longer and healthier life? Calmer, less easily frustrated? I'm sure you do. I'm just here to tell you that if you do, then you really should give yoga a try. Coming up is some data to help support some of the things I've said today. Check them out. See you in the next one.